So, Doctor, give us an introduction about BuildNet. What do you guys do?
All right. Thank you, Canary. My name is Dr. Ibrahim Semaganda. I'm the Managing Director of BuildNet. So BuildNet is a reputable, compliant, and one of the leading real estate development and management company in Uganda, and have been in existence for nearly 15 years. So in the 15 years, we have delivered over 500 apartment units in prime areas of Nalia, Nigeria, and so on. So in a bid to make sure that the quality of our products is up to the standard that is desired, and also that our projects are delivered within the timeline specified, we have made strategic partnerships with the best-in-class architects, engineers, contractors, project managers based in South Africa. So that is briefly about BuildNet as of now.
When you talk about apartments, I think many people are used to now what I think I've seen you call the traditional method. But that method has its own frustrations. In your own experience as BuildNet, why would you ditch the traditional method?
All right, so what we call the traditional model is where the client buys an apartment, they own it, they take up all the burden of managing it struggling to get back their invested money. So in that's what we call the traditional model. So it comes with a number of frustrations. Here, the client has to, first of all, has to struggle to get back their money by themselves. It gives them a low return on investment and therefore a long payback period. Usually, it goes 20 years plus. Then they have to struggle managing the tenant. First of all, getting the tenant, managing the tenant, and then getting money out of the tenant, evicting them where necessary. Then they have also to take care of the management of the apartment itself in terms of maintenance and repair. So those are some of the frustrations that the traditional model comes with.
So if I buy an apartment, it means that I'll have to, one, market it for me to be able to get a client.
Absolutely.
That's money spent.
Yes.
But also, once I get a client, I have to manage the apartment by myself.
Exactly.
And that's also money spent.
That's money spent and the stress you go through. Yes.
So these frustrations, why then move on to the newer model, for example, with what you're doing with the Waterfront hotel apartments in Munyonyo?
Well, so having observed in our long time experience those frustrations, as already mentioned, so we came up with a new, exciting, and the first of its kind investment model, which is built around fully furnished, fully serviced, and fully managed hotel apartments. The example of Waterfront hotel apartments you have just said. Now, this model is meant to get away the other frustrations we saw earlier. So it will give you a guaranteed high return on investment of 8.5% in US dollars for the first 3 years. It will make sure that your apartment gets the occupant, manages that occupant for you stress-free. Then it will also make sure that the management aspect of your property is well taken care of.
Okay, so you're saying I am buying a hotel apartment.
Yes.
And chilling and relaxing as the money comes to my bank account.
Correct. So hassle-free. You don't have to do anything. So you realize that now here in this model, we're not just selling you an apartment like we used to do in the traditional model, but rather a turnkey investment. So this means that you are owning this property or apartment, but the burden of running it is off your shoulders. We take care of all that. So it's hassle-free investment, turnkey.
What about in cases or circumstances where you have no occupant and yet may I expect my money as is?
Yes, perfect. Thank you. So for the term guaranteed monthly rental income means that regardless of the occupancy rate of your property for the first 3 years, you'll be getting a fixed amount of money on your account, regardless of the occupancy rate, whether it is an occupant or not. Like rain or shine, you'll be getting that fixed amount of money. That's what we call guaranteed monthly rental income in this new model. And in fact, to that end, we make sure that we back up that with a bank guarantee. So meaning that even if by any reason, in the unlikely event that BuildNet doesn't pay you the guaranteed monthly rental income, the bank will come up and pay you the promised guaranteed monthly rental income on your account.
So, what are some of the highlights that give these hotel apartments of Waterfront high performance advantage? Why do you think this is a model that will work?
All right, so the hotel apartments, first of all, the location is off. They're located in Munyonyo, one of the most prestigious locations in Kampala or Uganda as a whole, next to Speak Resort Munyonyo, Hotel Munyonyo. That means the overflow of any occupants there will come to this property, this investment. Then it has a stunning lake view, very nice lake view. So it is very near the express highway. In fact, 1 minute drive to the express highway. And that means that you can now attract both the foreigners and the locals. To the airport, it takes you about 25 minutes only to reach. So that's an advantage. Of course, needless to mention the high-end finishes and furnishings to be imported from Europe. Then the amenities around, the swimming pool, the gym, business lounge, 24-hour concierge services, all those amenities give it a high performance advantage.
The other thing I would like to know is what are the investment options? Where do I begin? How do you make it easy for me to invest in a hotel apartment at Waterfront?
Well, we have a number of investment options. You can choose to invest in a studio apartment. Of course, each of the investments will give you different guaranteed monthly rental income. But the common denominator here is that whatever investment option you choose, is that you get a guaranteed monthly rental income, which translates to 8.5% return on investment in US dollars. So we have the studio investment option, we have the one bedroom investment option.
8.5% return on investment. That's one of the highest in the market.
Sure, perfect. And it beats almost all other investment options in the market, not only in the real estate industry.
After I've done my investment, do I get a title for my apartment?
Yes, Canary, perfect. Exactly. You get a title, meaning that you own the apartment actually. Like I mentioned earlier, think of it as you owning a turnkey investment, but the weight of running it is taken off your shoulders by BuildNet. So concisely, you own the apartment, you get a condominium title, which is usually private mile land. In this case, private mile land. You get a private mile land condominium title, which means that you have full ownership of your property.
If there's anyone out there really doubting this new model that you're introducing to the audience, why should they invest with you?
Well, there are key differentiators that set us apart from the rest of the competition. One, this investment model gives you a guaranteed high return on investment of 8.5%. Guaranteed means that one is not anywhere. We are the only ones who guarantee you a fixed amount of money per month in the market here in Uganda. We don't just project, we guarantee. So that one differentiates us from the rest of the competition. Then, two, of course, that means that it has a high return on investment. Sorry, it gives you a high return on investment and therefore a short payback period, usually of about 11 or less years. You have your money back. Then you have hassle-free earnings. This means that, like we said earlier, you sit back, relax, and then money drops onto your account every month without you doing a thing. So hassle-free. This also differentiates this investment model from the rest of the competition. Then, also, in addition to you getting a guaranteed monthly rental income every month, your property keeps on appreciating at a rate of 6% per year, approximately. So it means that it incrementally keeps on increasing in value. The first year, it will increase by 6%. The second year, the new value increases by 6% again. The third year, the same thing happens. And we have estimated that in about 10 years, the value of your property will have appreciated by about 200%.
So not only have I recouped my investment,
Exactly.
but I've also
got capital appreciation of up to 100% in 10 years. That means that you have got 100% in 10 years. Remember, we said that in about 10, 11 years, you get back all your money. That's 100%. Now, the appreciation part of it will give you a value of about 200%. It will double 200% in about 10 years. So in the same time of 10 years, you have got 100% back your money on a monthly basis. Then the property has appreciated by double, by 200%. So if we're to do some small mathematics there, it means that your value you have got in 10 years combined is 100% in cash, the 200 in capital appreciation, that is 300% in total.
You talked about the guarantee, fixed amount, but it's just only 3 years.
Sure.
Does that mean that after 3 years, you and the investor go back and forth to know what kind of amount you're supposed to give them? What happens after the 3 years?
Thank you, Karen, for that very interesting question. So after the 3 years, everything we have been doing for you will remain the same, except that the fixed amount of money that we guaranteed is the one that may vary a little bit, but most likely in your favor, because we didn't want to fix this guaranteed monthly rental income forever. As you know, after 3 years, the property will have picked up in value. It is known. We have marketed it on all different platforms, booking.com, Airbnb, Expedia, and all that. So it's known internationally and nationally. So it is more likely that during that time, the amount of money it brings in for you every month will be higher. And your earning will depend on its performance. So it's most likely that you'll be getting more money after the first 3 years. But remaining, every other thing remains the same. We shall be doing everything for you. The management, we're not doing anything after the first 3 years going forward.
So you don't want to fix a certain amount after 3 years because of the appreciation of the property,
Sure.
And therefore I could be getting more money.
Exactly. You're potentially more likely to get more money per month after the 3 years.
Right. Your call to action.
Well, so to everyone who is out there looking for a hassle-free investment, an investment that's not going to stress them in looking for tenants, managing them, and so on, you need just reach out to us, to BuildNet team at www.buildnet.co.ug, which is our website, or call us on 0312, or I could say +256 312 216 000. All our WhatsApp numbers are on the website. Our sales team and our investment advisors will be ready and more than happy to assist you and guide you through the investment process. So
one last question. What is the level of risk?
The risk is really very, very minimal, if any. First, even when it comes to the payment plan, we have made sure that the risk is very minimal. So you can start this investment by reserving a unit or an investment option with as low as $250 US. $250 US, not 250,000.
Just
$250 US. You reserve your unit. Reserving means that you have got it off the market because the demand is high, because of the excitement of the investment, the nature of the investment, the hassle-free part of it. We are happy that clients out there have appreciated this model and they have come in to invest with us. We appreciate that. So to reserve your unit, just you need $250 US. Then after that, within 3 days, you top up $2,250 so that in that time, you have now paid $2,500. Then we give you about a month, you top up and make 20% of the investment value. And then
depending on the option that
you have chosen, whether 1 bedroom, studio, 2 bedroom. Now the remaining 80%, which is the biggest chunk of your investment money, you keep it with you until
I see the structure in place.
Structure, not even structure. When the apartment project is completed, fully furnished and ready to give you the promised guaranteed monthly rental income. That's when, at that point, that you can now part with the 80% of the investment value of the purchase price.
And that's in how long?
In about
the
2 years.
I make the initial
2 years from now, though the time is now reducing gradually. So you have about 2 years to pay the 80%. So you can see that the risk is very, very minimal because you keep this big chunk of your money until you see everything. It is optional. You can choose to be paying on a monthly basis if you so wish. But the mandatory one, you can bring the 80% at the end of the project when it's completed.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
In summary, our first of its kind investment model offers you a high return on investment of 8.5% in US dollars, guaranteed monthly rental income of up to $1,900 US for the first 3 years with a bank guarantee, hassle-free investment or earnings, and a short payback period. So anyone out there looking for a hassle-free investment that will give you a high return on investment, please reach out to us by going to our website on www.buildnet.co.ug or call us on 0312-216-000 or visit our offices at Ntinda Complex in Ntinda, and we shall be more than happy to take you through this investment. On our website, you'll find a number of our investment advisors who you can interact directly with via WhatsApp, and then they can be able to take you through the journey. Also, you can schedule a 30-minute call or meeting with any of our investment advisors. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.